And welcome back, race fans, to another exciting race out here with Ninth Gear Broadcasting. Guys, in the booth, it's Luke, joined alongside Kevin as always, and welcome to the Western 120, presented by Nexus Designs and Western Racing. Kevin, how you doing tonight?
And I'm doing great. I'm super excited. I love Vegas and I love night races.
Hey, me too, Kevin. And this is going to be my first race on iRacing seeing Las Vegas. I did have to buy this track for this one, so we are in for a treat tonight, Kevin. And I do believe we already have the grid already in hand, so I believe, Kevin, the grid is all yours if you want it.
Yeah, and how about on the pole, we have Matthew Strambon. On his outside is going to be Cameron Craighead. On the second row, we're going to have Tanner Coaster and Andrew Griesbaum. Third row is going to be Tyler King and Stelian Tarlev. Fourth row is going to be Logan Mansour and Anthony James. Fifth row is going to be Jake McDowell and Mike Gibson. Sixth row, the Canadians, Jason Clark and Drew Lidke. Then you're going to have Will Gibson and Kyle Schmitz. After that, you're going to see Dalton Carter and Dennis, the janitor, Pitzenbarger. Next is going to be Tim Collier and Gavin Withy. Next, you're going to see Tyler Brewer and Brian Fackler. And on your 10th row is going to be Steve Bartlett and Dakota Sullivan. After that, it's going to be Spencer Leaf and Joshua Wise. 22nd row is going to be Nico Cipollini and Dakota Dennis. And rounding it out is going to be Hayden Griffith.
And what an exciting grid, Kevin. It is going to be a packed field out here. It's going to be an exciting race.
Yeah, and that it is. Super excited for these guys to get out there on the night track at Las Vegas. Got about 120 miles of racing coming at you guys, and it is going to be exciting.
Pace car is already in, and the green flag is out, and we are green at Viva Las Vegas. Western 120.
Yeah. Here we go, led off on the inside by Stanbaugh. Good jump for him, and the 97 of Coaster follows as they're getting through the gears on the inside line. It seems to be dominant so far. "27 cars are making it up to full speed here at Vegas.
About Matthew Stanbaugh, off to a great start here. He's finding the line early. It looks like he's already got the groove figured out.
Yeah, and he's about a tenth of a second ahead of Craighead. Craighead right on his tail, and then the 10 car of King right on his tail. So very tight racing so far here at Vegas. We have 80 laps of madness
wide
coming
already,
at you.
and as soon as I say that, they're going to file back to 2 wide racing.
How about the 48 car of Craighead getting a little bit of a draft going on the top end, and he's going to take the lead momentarily coming into turns 1 and 2, and he's going to get clear, making it really work up there on that second line.
We're getting reports of a crash here. Joshua Wise in the, I believe the number 51 is in the pits.
51 involved, the 2, it looks involved. Is that what that is at the bottom
Possibly.
of the screen?
We'll maybe take a quick jump to that real quick and see what happened there. Maybe issues leaving the pits.
It's like a possible penalty unless there was some damage that we missed.
Possibly, but oh well. We go back to the leaders here, and it is going to be Cameron Craighead, who does not know that I was in one of his lobbies just a couple weeks ago. And he's taking his lead here for the night. And the 56 gets loose!
Okay, he saves it. Miraculous save by the 56. That's going to be Tarlev. He's going to fall down to P11, P12. Just trying to get back up to speed after going completely sideways there. That's going to change your leader to the 97 of Tanner Coaster.
When that inside line got testy there for a second. Cameron Craighead, he's getting a good run. He's going to get the nose in on the inside.
Clark looking for any line to get a pass, and he's going to take the bottom, and he is going to get it on Coaster, making the bottom work. They're side by side right now behind the 48 car of Craighead. You know, this just being the second race of the season, you gotta wonder, how risky are these guys going to be? I know they want to get their points with just getting in the top 10, but I'm sure they also want to get a win. So it's going to be testy to see who does what here in this one, what the strategies are.
Yeah, it's tough to say here. With 80 laps, it's going to be it's not the longest race per se, but definitely still some pit strategy to be had here with it just being such a short track. I think tire wear is going to be more into consideration. And we'll go ahead and get a quick look at the info on the race here. No fast repairs. We are going to see, I believe, so here doesn't really show our fuel percentage here, unfortunately. I think I might have to take a look back at the iRacing session real quick. Let's take a peek. Craighead's still your leader out here.
Yeah, and how about Clark running on his outside, getting the lead for a second? They're going to touch. They're going to touch for twice. They're rubbing against each other as they're running side by side through 1 and 2. Craighead with about a third of a car length lead, but coming to the back straight. Clark closes it and regains, and he's going to be your leader going into 3 and 4. They're right on each other, side by side, keeping it tight. The 97 of Coaster looking for any gap, any momentum. He's just going to file in behind the inside line with Craighead, as this outside line is looking fast with number 59 car of Clark. There's 69 car, I apologize, that's Jason Clark. How about Craighead? He's got to clear all the way around on the inside, just making it work real fast.
Craighead going to slide down to the inside. That's going to leave the outside open for Jason Clark. He's going to close that gap as soon as they get ready to go into that turn. Cameron doing a great job staying in front of these 2 cars behind him, just playing the line that gets, play the line that advances, give him the block, and then pass off when you switch back to that other line. He's doing a really good job of staying in the lead here.
Yeah, that he is. I mean, he's really making it work. He's got about 0.2 of a second on Clark. They're closing it a little bit. It seems like they can catch him, but they can't get around them. So a good run for him so far.
So far, Cameron Craighead, the man to beat tonight, it seems.
Yeah, it does seem that way. I mean, he's looking fast, but how about Clark and Coaster just sticking with him? Nobody's really falling off. Craighead isn't really getting like a big lead on him. He's just kind of hanging out there about 1 or 2/10 of a second in front of him, but definitely within reach for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're on a track, especially such as one like Las Vegas, it's not as big of a track as we're used to, like Talladega or Daytona, so definitely not as much room for just full throttle all the way down, easy maneuver through the turns. You got to be a little more careful when you come through these turns. A little too heavy on the throttle, your back end can slide right out, especially in these trucks.
How about some of your biggest movers of the night? Spencer Leaf up 23rd to 10th. That's 13 positions in 14 laps. Tim Collier up from 18th into 9th. That's going to be 9 positions in 14 laps. Let's see, anybody else? I think that's going to be all your big movers so far. Grease Bomb from 4th to 14th. He's had some issues early. We know the 56 car, Stelian Tarlev. He's started 6th. He's in 12th. He had a great run off the rip and then got a little sideways and had to regather, stay in within the top 12. But He's got a fast car.
And how
Clark has
about...
caught Craighead now.
Yeah, they are
And he's
right by each other. He's going to go for the pass on the outside here.
yeah, he's looking at that outside.
He's going to have the support of the number 60 behind him, Logan Manzer.
Yeah, the 2 car of Gibson now down 4 laps. Not quite sure what happened to him. Backler down 1 lap. That's going to be the 45 car. He started P20.
You know, apart from your leaders here, just behind him, not too far, about a little less than 3 seconds here, starting in 7th place. It's going to be a second group here, led by the number 17 of Matthew Stambach. That's going to be the whole rest of the field. It seems like the whole rest of the field's just kind of split up, a bit choppy here. There's a lot of racing left to go, so I don't imagine they're going to tighten things up too much, but they're just wanting to stay within, you know, arm's length of the leaders here, but just enough back in case something happens.
Yeah, Clark now in the lead.
Yeah, they're having a good battle there for first. Door to door, going into the turns.
Absolutely.
Jason Clark and Cameron Craighead. I'm not sure if that's a visual bug here, but it seems the number 69 is not wearing any clothes inside of his cab tonight. Not sure if that's just his driver suit color or maybe he's wearing a muscle shirt out there or something.
Yeah, and they're side-by-side racing. How about Manser? He's really looking see if anything's going up top. I know it's given a lot of speed for the guys in 3, 4, and 5, as these leaders can't really pick a line. They've got to just be stuck to their line as they're side-by-side.
Look at Jason Clark. He's starting to get some speed on that outside line. He might be clear here going into the straightaway. He is, and he's going to take control of the lead here. There, well, we're going to be going to lap 21 here this time. Bye. As soon as I say that, though, Cameron Craighead's starting to get a good run. He's going to start to peek around for the pass again. It is going to be Jason
to the outside here. Manser follows. They all follow.
Yep, there's the speed.
A little bit of backdraft maybe for him, but he gets just shot around, and he's going to clear him coming out of the exit.
You know, it seems as though that's the move out here tonight in Las Vegas, at least so far with single file wide racing. You know, later on in this race when these cars go 2, maybe even 3 wide, it's going to completely change the strategy. But so far as this little single file wide racing, you know, just slingshotting the guys around you, seeming to work pretty well for these leaders. Getting the guys
yeah, a little bit of contact with the 3 and the 4. That's going to be Mansour and King. But they keep it together. And how about Craighead's lead? He's back to over 0.2 of a second on Clark.
He's getting some decent space there, but they're not too far off of him. They're going to catch him pretty quick. They got the car advantage. Oh, and we're under caution.
Uh-oh.
There's wrecking out.
Oh, and I think it's going to be a somewhat big one.
And yeah, it's going to involve many cars across the start-finish. It's
91's
going to be
involved.
across the start-finish. Yeah, we're going to have to go back and take a look at that one.
That's going to involve Kyle Schmitz. That's going to involve
Spencer
Leaf. Maybe a little bit of the
Oh, and yep, it looks like the number
12
6
car
just
of
gets
Jake McDowell gets
spun there, and
landed.
oh, yep, it's just going to collect.
Yeah, unfortunate there.
We'll maybe try to see if we can get another angle there of that one. Might get a view here of them wrecking across the front straightaway. I think it happened behind them at the turn 4 exit. Oh, yeah. Yep, we'll see it right here. It's right there on the exit of turn 4. Oh! Yeah, that is going to collect many, many cars out here early on in this one. An unfortunate early half here. But we jump back here, and it is still going to be Jason Clark with the lead here. The race out of pit road. First group is on their way out. And actually, I believe it seems the whole track went in. Yeah, everyone went in for the pit there. 24 laps in, Kevin. We're a decent way through this race here. Only one caution. We've seen it pretty clean so far. What are your thoughts thus far this race?
Yeah, I think we're in for a very exciting finish tonight. I know we've seen some not so exciting finishes at some of these intermediate tracks, but I think there's just enough momentum for these guys in second and third to keep it close enough to the race leaders that moves will be made towards the end.
Yeah, no doubt. It's going to be a very, very interesting race here, especially as we start to round out the first half here. You know, Kevin, we always seem to jump on the topic out here. It's still fairly early on, but, you know, what schemes you looking at?
I haven't even been looking at them. Haven't even been looking. Let me take a look at some of these.
I know there was one I was looking at out here. Well, let me see if I can
Take a look at the close-ups on some of these guys.
Here's one that I saw on here. This is the number 17 of Matthew Standby. He's in the Cartoon Network truck.
Oh, that's a good
look
looking.
At that. He's got all the guys
vehicle.
On the front there.
Every single one of them up there.
I'm seeing the Powder Puff Girls up there. I'm seeing Mordecai and Rigby on the side. We got Goku.
Let's skim through a few other schemes. See, I'll pick one. That's Can-Am. I know you like the Can-Am stuff.
Oh,
a little bit of an OnlyFans.
We got the Pepto.
Who's that, Pepto?
Yep,
I think I'm gonna go with Pepto.
He was the one that was that got spun out there in that wreck. Very unfortunate there, Spencer Leaf. You know what? Actually, while we're still under caution here, let's go ahead and jump back and take a look at his onboard really fast. I want to see his POV of that one. I mean, I don't know if there was really much he could have done there in that one, but I definitely want to take a look at the onboard and his view for that one. He's just holding his line straight and just, yeah. I mean, nothing you can really do in that situation.
Following some hard contact.
Green.
But he's got a cool
we
looking
are
car.
green! And it's going to be Jason Clark leading us off here, and he's going to have a good jump on the inside.
Yeah, he's going to have a real good jump. Not a great jump for Craig Hedges. He's going to fall back to third. Coaster's going to come on the inside with him. But, yeah, what about that 51 or 61 car? What is the word on them? It's going to be Schmitz.
Joshua Wise.
Right
Joshua, you said which one? Oh, the 91. That's the 91. It's going to be Kyle Schmitz. He's zooming around turns 1 and 2 right now. Not too sure.
Caution.
Oh, but we're going to be under caution again.
Talk to me, good. What do you got?
Uh-oh.
And I'm not too sure where that one's at. And it seems it's going to be across the tri-oval, and yeah, we're going to see some cars in the tri-oval there, and not too sure what happened there. That was a very quick second caution. Let's go ahead and take a look back there at what caused that one. And it appears it's going to happen around the number 16 of Anthony James.
Let's take a look here. I really have no idea. Oh, wait, it's way ahead of him.
Oh, maybe we go back and hop on the onboard.
Let's go with the 78. We see he's in the grass.
78. All right, we'll go with that's going to be Andrew Greisbaum. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happens here. Oh.
Ooh.
And oh, geez, yeah. All right, we're gonna have to go back and take a look at the blimp view of that one. Hold on. We're gonna have to see the overhead of that one. Now that was many cars. So they're on the exit of turn 4. Get a little stacked up. They're 3 wide, and it just shuffles. And oh boy, does it collect!
Yeah, that's gonna involve a lot of these guys.
Very unfortunate for some of these drivers. I'm looking at Tarlev was off the track, Stamba was off the track, Greisbaum obviously was off the track, Tyler Brewer went off the track there for a little bit, Dalton Carter, a lot of cars off the track to avoid that wreck, possibly, but definitely quite a few involvees in that one as well. Very unfortunate, but that's 2 back-to-back cautions here, Kevin, and we're going to be pacing again for the second time by, and that is just more room for us to scheme and bullshit about car schemes.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I'm gonna keep it under wraps as much as I can, but I will say a ninth gear broadcasting scheme is in the works.
Ooh, that is true. That is true.
So super excited about that. Hopefully
Soon to
we can get
come.
that out in the next couple days, get it on the track.
Soon to come, hopefully.
How about the Lockheed Martin scheme?
Yeah, look at that. It's gonna be Tim Collier. He's getting her done out there. And he's gonna be rocking in P16 right now. Not a terrible place, considering the two back-to-back cautions we have out here. He's riding right in the middle of the pack. He's not in a terrible spot, but definitely has some room to work up in the later stage of this race here.
I'm also going to take the time to put a link to our newly made Discord in the chat a few times. Just join it if you want any ninth gear updates, any racing updates, just a chat. And Luke, there's some giveaways coming up.
Hey, that there is, Kevin, and I know I'm looking forward to it. I know seeing the schemes going on and it's got me thinking back to some of the other, some of these giveaway items we got going on out here. I believe we got, some signed cards coming up?
Yeah, some autograph memorabilia, maybe some die casts. We're going to do some partner schemes if you're a league owner and we've done business with you. We're going to do some partner exclusive schemes as well. Just all together, some fun things happening in ninth gear.
Yeah, we're excited. We're hopefully looking to take our broadcasting out here at Ninth Gear Broadcasting to the next level for you guys. So hopefully some big changes to come out here for us.
New graphics coming too.
Yeah, new logo, graphics, possibly some new stream overlays and stuff like that here before too long.
Super exciting stuff.
Oh yeah. Pace car is in, and we're going to be going green this time by.
Green flag.
And we are green for the third time out here at Las Vegas, and it seems they're getting a little stuffed up there in the back around the number 77. But they're going to keep things together, and it is going to be Jason Clark taking charge up here in the lead.
Great jump for Jason. I mean, he got out about a quarter of a second in front of the 48 car and the 97 car, so a good jump for him. As we shuffle through some of these drivers, see what's going on towards the backpack. And, yeah, just too wide racing all the way through, it seems. Some of the guys taking some odd lines, and I know I saw a couple under the white, but all in all, very clean start this time around, and we're under caution.
And under caution again.
That,
and it's going to be involving the number 29 and the number 16. That's going to be Caden Griff and Anthony James. And we're going to have to go ahead and take a look back there at what happened for that one. It seems the 29 gets loose there and just puts himself and the number 16 into the wall. We're going to go back and maybe take a look at his onboard and see what led up to him getting loose there. Oof, maybe go back just a little bit more. And yep, it just goes to show how loose this track can get with a bit of tire wear here. Maybe we're gonna go take a look at the blimp here. I can't tell if that's if that was tire wear there or if he got a bump from the number 16. Let's see. And no, that was just straight tire slippage there. He slipped up the track and just very unfortunate for the number 16 getting involved there as well. Anthony James getting the back half of the stick there on that one.
If I had to take a guess, I'd say he saw that 16 coming up hot on his outside. Didn't want to, throw a block or get in his way. Tries to come inside a little bit and just lost the vehicle from there. As you can see, he's veering. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is a good view. He's veering up towards the high line in front of the 16.
Maybe we look going into the turn. Let's see how it looks going into the turn maybe here.
Yeah, I think he tries to go low, let the 16 through, and then just spun it.
Oh, I see. I didn't see that right there. Look, the number 3 truck in front of him. Watch that number 3 truck in front of the number 29. Number 3 truck getting a little loose there. Starts sliding, cuts down into the pits. The 29 tries to avoid him, and I believe he just comes up with a little too much force.
Yeah, it goes a little high.
Oh,
Try to clear the number 3. And then just
so I believe it happens up and around Dalton Carter. That was the one that that got loose there, the number 3. But it seems as though he held on there, so to see what happened from his end there, it seems as though, yeah, he just kind of slid out there. He slid out there on that turn and down onto the apron, but overall, he kept it low. He held it together and stayed out of the way, but obviously the other car is wrecking out in front of him. We are now going to be on our 3rd caution of the night. An unfortunate night so far for Caden Griff and Anthony James.
Yeah, but how about Jason Clark hanging on to this lead? Him and Craighead have been, you know, on each other like white on rice all race, and they're really making it work. Manser and Coaster have both been in 3 and 4 all race. The King has been up there. How about Drew Lidke, though? He's been making his way all the way up. He started back in, okay, only 12, but he's made his way up to 7, so he's trending in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, we got like we said, a pretty large field of drivers out here. 27 to start the race, so I mean, it's a decent sized pack.
Yeah, and I'd just like to point out, we got word up here in the booth that Joshua Wise missed a gear, hit the money shift, and blew his engine, so he's out of this one.
I believe I heard that early on in the race. I thought I heard it going into a turn, but I really couldn't tell if that was like what that was. That's actually,
yeah, we know you're pretty familiar with the money shift, Luke.
Oh yeah, you know, it's one of my favorites.
And you know, it happens to the best of us. So he says he'll be back next week. Excited to see what he can do in his revenge tour type deal. But
yeah, very unfortunate for him. We'll have to maybe go back and take a look at that one later.
Maybe going to Best Buy and getting a new shifter.
Never a bad idea. I know the Logitech one definitely reduces your money shift chances, but it's still there. Could always be user error, but we are rounding turn 4, and the pace car will be going in this time, and it's going to be the command of Jason Clark. And they are going across the start finish, and we are green here at Las Vegas on lap 35. Jason Clark with the lead here, but Cameron Craighead getting his run started on that outside line, but how about the number 60 of Logan Manser getting a good run? Yeah, they're getting a good run on that inside line behind the number 69. And he's going to shuffle to the outside line here.
Yeah, and you know, he's going for that outside pass that we've seen work so well all night. How about Craighead? He kind of got stranded off the restart and fell all the way back to P5. Not a great start for him.
But so far, so good. The guys are holding it together pretty well. It seems as though we're starting to get things back in order after the caution there. I'm just getting word that Spencer Leaf has entered the pits. And I believe we're having wrecking again. The number 45, it's going to be in the back.
Ooh.
And it seems the number 45 of Brian Fackler, he's going to go hard into the wall.
Yeah, and that's going to be, you know, Fackler's race. He was already running a lap down. Was able to get it back on that lead lap, and then just not what he needed right here.
Oh, and it seems as though he got a little loose and got kind of doored the number 17
27.
back there. Yeah, seems as though it all started up here with the number 17.
Okay, I got
Cartoon
you.
Network
That's gonna
car.
be.
He kind of got a little loose and slid up high and doored the number 17. Got a little loose to the inside, and it seems as though he came up and collected the 27 and the 91. That's gonna be.
The 27 is going to be Will Gibson. The 91 is going to be Kyle Schmitz. So, not great for either of them.
Yeah, they're going to fall back
45.
to 21 and 20. They're obviously all three of them going to be going into the pits here. That's definitely not what they wanted this time by. And yeah, we're we're seeing those three currently taking a nice vacation to pit road after that altercation there by Ryan Fackler. And here come the pits. We're going to see, I believe, a majority of the field pitting here, but we're also going to see quite a few guys hanging out here.
Yeah, it's really gonna split things up. I know a lot of these guys might be prioritizing tires more than others. Something to pay attention to. I think our stayer outers are gonna be Mansour, Coaster, Lidke, McDowell, and Cipollini. Oh, and we're also gonna see Stambaugh, Bartlett, and Collier stay out, or Collier stay out. So, eight elect to stay.
And Matthew
You know, the guy who-
Stambaugh, he was involved in that one, but it seems as though he got out of that one unscathed. Just he was the one that Fackler doored up there into turn 4 exit.
Yeah, and you know, the guy who's been dominating your whole race, the 69 car of Jason Clark, falls to P15. He does take his pit. Little extended one maybe, but
He's gonna get out there. He's gonna be behind Tyler Brewer. And now the pits change up here. So up until I believe what is it here? 23rd. At lap 23 is when all the other guys took the pits. So far, and the obviously your current group at. We're seeing some, what is that, 23 out there, 32, 27. Yeah, I'm seeing definitely a wide field of pits, obviously, involving the wrecks, but it seems like the common theme, the cars that stayed out are on lap 23, and it seems as though most of the rest of the field is either on lap 27, 38, or 37-ish. So definitely a wide range of pit strategies out here, but it's going to be really interesting to see who comes out on top here, especially with the amount of cautions we've had thus far. I believe we are going to be going green this time by... but they are currently creeping down the backstretch.
all right. I gotta read from the guys currently racing in the VC that it's about a 43-44 window or lap fuel window. So pitting now would get you to the end of the race under green through about one green white checkered as well, but the chances of us staying on green for the rest of the race, you know, aren't too likely. So just something to pay attention to.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make things interesting. I was even just commenting about the wide range of pit strategies out here. They're all over the track in terms of pit laps, but we're going to be green again at Las Vegas, and it's going to be Logan Mansour with the lead.
Yeah, and how about Mansour? Good jump for him. He's gonna take
And
the
they're wrecking
inside.
behind him again already.
Oh,
And
this is
it's
a
a
big
big
one.
one. This is going to involve many cars.
It's gonna collect the 11. That's Collier. The 48. That's Craighead. It's gonna collect the 69. That was your race leader for a while, Jason Clark, and Jason Clark involved.
Cameron Craighead as well, one of your other big leaders out there.
Yeah, this one's gonna be detrimental to a lot of the guys.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of names. We're gonna have to go back and take a look at that one. I mean, honestly, I think it's better to honestly jump back where they went green, to be honest. We didn't spend much time out of the caution there. Let's take a look maybe at the overhead of Cameron Craig. I know he was involved in that one. It was right after they went green. So let's see what led up to that one. And green they are. Let's see here.
48 goes to the inside. How about going down under the line?
And that's going to result in, it's, I believe, 3 wide there for that line right as we went green. And yep, he's going to get spun.
You know, that's going to be the issue. But how about can you just go back and look at that camera angle one more time? Just take it back about 5 seconds. Look at your bottom right. Keep going a little bit more. We already have wrecking down there.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be
So it's going to be 2 separate wrecks.
All right, so we saw the front one there that involved Cameron Craighead. Let's take a step back and hop on board the number... Oh, boy, that's also going to be the number 69, one of your other big
Jason
race leaders
Clark.
out here. So
Yeah, and before we do that, who was it that got into Craighead up there? Or who was it that went under the white line into turn 1?
That
That's
is
gonna
the
be your
number 10 of, I believe,
That's gonna
Tyler
be
King. That's going to be Tyler King,
King.
number 10, yep.
So questionable decision by him.
Yeah,
Questionable move there.
definitely. But
Let's go and take a look
let's
at
go
the
and
back of the
Jason
pack.
Clark. So Jason Clark was involved in one as well. So he's riding that inside line as well. Not super inside, but it seems as though the 60 or the
The
56.
56 kind of comes
Ooh,
down. That's
he gets
Kelly
a-
and Tarlev.
Oh, and it
His
seems like
second
he gets a
incident of the
weird
night.
spin on the exit there. Look at
The
that.
3 of Dalton Carter involved. The 7 of Dakota Sullivan involved. I mean, this wreck was detrimental to a lot of these guys. I think we might see some guys going down a lap. It looked like a mix of, Jason Clark not lifting because obviously the 56 wasn't running that inside line with him. But then the 56 wasn't really on a line. Luke, he was kind of in between that first and second, and he comes down a little and just gets into it.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big one. That involved some big names and involved a lot of names. I'll just go ahead and start reading them off here. Tarlev was involved, Leaf, Carter, James, Sullivan, the janitor, Craighead, Barlett, Carter, Collier. I mean, just many, many names involved in that one. That was a huge wreck out here. And that appears to be, so far, the big one out here at Las Vegas. And we will be pacing around for the 5th time out here. But going
and I
green
think those
this time by.
I think those that pit there on lap 39 are in a good position now. I think they needed about one more caution to be confident to the end of this race. But that's not to say that their tires are going to be fine to the end of the race. So a couple things to pay attention to. Also,
Race bombs.
I would assume we're not going to stay green the whole time.
No, I doubt
Yeah,
it.
Grease Bomb parks it. We still have plenty of the guys in the pits.
And, it seems as though the drivers are having some struggles out here thus far with the track conditions at Las Vegas. Just looking at the current weather out here, nothing too crazy in terms of the track temperature, obviously, with it being night. 14-mile-an-hour winds, shifting between, it seems like a little 12 to 14. 42% chance of precipitation, but it doesn't seem like it's too crazy out here, but there's definitely some difficulty. But pace car is in. They're going to be green this time by. It's going to be Tanner Coaster.
Green flag.
And he's going to take the
Greeny
lead
up
here.
there now.
Look at the jump for the number 97.
Big jump for the 97 of Coaster. He's going to have a lot of room, half a second as of now. They're getting up to speed. They're getting through the gears. They'll catch him. And they're about going 3 wide behind.
And yep, we're going to go and hop to the blimp view. I'm already ready for it.
Ooh, barely clear of the 6 car of Leaf is the 56 car. Hey Jay, good to see you, man. Appreciate it. We're 80 laps of Las Vegas with the Western Series tonight. It's been an exciting one. 23 laps green, Luke. 23 straight laps of green, and then since then we've seen 4 or 5? I think 4 cautions.
Oh, yeah, about that. And they're going to be almost 4 wide there for a second. The 21 and the 77 get a little shifty. That's going to be the
Good
battle
lift.
for 3rd right now, but they're going to file back to 2 wide. Good on the 21 there for making his way through that one.
A good lift for the 60 car
Yeah,
and the
good lift
Monster
for the
Energy.
60. Smart lift for the 60.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it
And
seems like they're going to kind of go back to single file wide racing.
we've got to come up on some lap traffic though already.
Oh boy, and yeah, that's definitely going to shake things up. It's going to be the number 19, I believe, of Steve Barlett. He was involved in that big wreck just a moment ago.
Tanner Coaster now still in the lead, but McDowell's just about caught him after that great start by Coaster.
Dow's about 1 or 2 tenths of a second behind. Stambaugh 1 or 2 tenths of a second behind him.
And, I would just like
And
to
then-
point out, only 14 cars on the field right now. I'm seeing a lot of pits, but only 14
Yeah.
cars on the field, period. I'm not sure if these guys are suffering out some long damages, but either way.
Well, yeah, I mean, no doubt with the way that series of cautions went, we saw at least a dozen cars get involved in some way in those wrecks. And with no fast repair out here, I mean, it's just it's detrimental to them getting in those incidents.
Yeah, definitely a slugfest. We're barely just halfway through this race. How about Tanner Coaster? He's had a good lead since the restart. The number 12, Jake McDowell, hot on his heels. Ooh, a little bit shifty there on the turn 2 exit, it seems.
Yeah, and the 12 goes for the inside look, and he gets it as of now. The speed's going to be coming out of the exit on the high line, though, and here comes Coaster on his side. They're about side by side right now with Tyler Brewer, who we haven't talked too much about today. He's now in a podium spot. He's looking for any room to get past the 97. But here comes the 60 of Mansour. He's made his way back to the front.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of lead changes out here thus far tonight, Kevin. Going the show just because you see a leader leading off out here for a handful of laps doesn't mean they're going to be there for long. One wreck can change everything, and we've seen it happen many times out here tonight.
Yeah, and 9 cars now, Luke, have headed to the garage and parked it.
Yeah, no surprise there. We saw a lot of vehicles involved in those wrecks. Only 10 cars on the lead lap right now. I mean, this begs the question: if these leaders can race a couple clean laps out here, and they can get a couple good laps around the track, they're going to really start to put this race out of grasp and out of reach for some of the drivers involved in those wrecks. How about Tyler King? He was involved in that one of those altercations earlier, but he's still riding in P8. So despite being involved in some of those earlier wrecks, he's still managing to get things done and hang on here.
Yeah, good on him. Get things sorted back out and get back out there on the lead lap.
Ooh, and there's a little bit of
leaders
contact
get
between the
into it a
leaders.
little bit. Little bit of contact. They're able to sort it out. That's going to kill some speed of the number 60 of Mansour, but overall not terrible.
Yeah, Mansour, he's getting some good speed here. He's going to have the inside line, but as soon as I say that, McDowell just shuts the door. And
Yeah, Brewers
that's a good
right.
race for him.
Ooh, they're really hot on each other's tail. The first 4, all good racing. Stambaugh and Lidkey kind of running together a few car lengths back, and then honestly, that's gonna about do it for your current contenders as of right now. Just
Oh, and it's... I think we just saw the number 60 kind of go below the line there for a minute. Mansour, he's going to fade back pretty far. We've even word that Tarlev went off the track just a moment ago and came back up, but it seems as though he regained fine. Thankfully,
yeah,
no
he's 3
incident
laps
there.
down, unfortunately. But how about Mansour? He's now a 2.5 back. Wonder what happened to him.
That's tough to say. I'm not seeing any reports of him going off the track or anything. You got to wonder if it was fairly minor in that sense. But maybe Jake McDowell here, still with the lead. But how about Tyler Brewer looking at the outside? He's going to start to make the pass. It looks like he's going to start to clear it.
Tyler Brewer, your points leader right now after winning the debut season opener last week at Talladega. He's now in your lead here
Yeah, he's
once
cleared.
again.
He's clear. He's gonna clear that.
He's no stranger to the front, and he is your race leader right now. Yeah, and I'd like to point out, out of the guys in the top 5, scratch that. Out of the guys in the top 10 from last race, there's only 3 of those guys in the top 10 tonight. So this is definitely going to be a points shaker-upper, so to say.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it's a track I don't think many of the drivers are really that used to, so it definitely getting used to the grooves out here and finding out what works seems to be the struggle of a vast majority of these drivers out here, especially when they start to enter that 2-3 wide congested driving. So it definitely has shortened out the field out here, and going to be very, very detrimental to the point standings at the end of this race.
Yeah, and into that corner, he's getting to about 184, but then getting down to about 171 out of the exit. So, a big speed difference on different aspects of this track.
Boy, listen to those tires burn. I mean, these guys are taking these lines as on the verge of spinning out as they can. I mean, just the slightest bit of throttle there more, and he would have been peeling sideways, I can only imagine. But good on these leaders. I mean, they really know the wear of these tires. I can tell some of these good drivers do have the experience on this track.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out that Coaster McDowell, their last pit was on 23. So, I think if you're them, you're just hoping for a caution at this point, because they can't make it to the end, I don't think.
And I mean, just looking at the battle box right now, yeah, I mean, Tyler Brewer currently in one of the, let's see what, yeah, Tyler Brewer, Lidkey, and Mansur I believe they're the only ones that can finish the race right now on fuel, correct?
Yeah, I want to say Brewer and Dennis can on 38, just because we've had some caution laps. They've been able to save some fuel. The fuel window's about 30 or about 40 laps, so you know, I think they can make it, assuming we don't have multiple green white checkers. But the 32, or the pit on 32, which is going to be standby, I don't know if he could make it. I wouldn't assume so if we stay green all the way through. But yeah, the 23s definitely aren't going to be able to make it to the end.
And I mean, just to look at that backpack, the guys that got involved in that big wreck, battle for 11th, Spencer Lee, Mike Gibson, the janitor, Pitzenbarger. Behind them, I believe Anthony James is going to be out there as well, Steve Bartlett. A lot of the guys still clinging on to life out here, but definitely a lot of them have had to park in the garage very early on in this race. How about Tyler Brewer? He's had a decent lead out here for a while, but he's going to fall back to P2 as he's getting passed on the inside by Matthew Stambaugh, the number 17.
What is the caution?
And
And
we're
we have
under
a
yellow.
caution out.
Spun out.
And
Really?
it's going to be Tarlev spun out again. And I believe we're going to see multiple vehicles involved back there. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that one. Yeah, Tarlev amongst one of the drivers involved in that one. Let's take a look at what happened there. It seems as though Tarlev
Yeah,
takes
you know,
his
that's
turn.
exactly what Lidkey needed. He needed his pit, he needed a caution, and he needed it then.
Tarlev gets loose. Oh! Kisses the turn 4 exit wall, and oh no!
He's going to collect at least one there.
And hang on, we're gonna have to go back and take a look at who he collected there. And oh no, he's gonna collect the group with the janitor, Pitzenbarger. Oh no.
Yeah, but I don't think he really got into many of them. Maybe one of them.
Oh, and it's gonna be Pitzenbarger. He got into Pitzenbarger. He got into, I believe, Dakota Sullivan as well. Who else did he get into right there? Was it Spencer Leaf? Spencer Leaf was one involved.
Spencer Leaf got right around it there. I think they both
Yeah,
kind of get
both
around
two
it.
get around it. It seems like Pitzenbarger was the only one really involved.
He
in
drew
that
the
one.
short straw there, so unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I mean, overall though, it seems as though they kept it fairly contained. I mean, but obviously that's going to open up the pit lane here for the rest of these drivers here, and they're not going to have to pit again for the rest of the race, assuming we
Yeah,
stay
and all the
green.
leaders just gonna take theirs now. Why not? You know, get those fresh tires for the last 13 or 14 laps of this one.
And, you know, we've seen a lot of cautions out here, Kevin. A lot of wrecks, a lot of drivers involved in the wrecks. You gotta wonder is how much shorter do you think the field can get out here?
Yeah, you know, we're looking at about 10 cars on the lead lap still. I think we lost one, but I think we gained one with the free pass, so um I'm hoping it stays about this size. If not, if there is another caution, I hope it's us gaining one due to a lucky dog, not losing one due to a wreck. So, you know, you never want to see these short fields. A lot of these guys, you know, spent
Oh, and I believe I
dedicated their
just heard
Thursday
somebody blow
night.
another motor out there. I'm not too sure who that was, but I heard it.
Hunt them down, Luke.
I heard it. I gotta find out who it was this time. It was the pace truck.
It
I
was
saw
not
him.
the pace truck.
I thought I saw
Pace
him.
truck did not blow an engine.
Oh, I gotta find out who the hell it was. I will not miss another money shift. I will miss another money shift.
Hey, and you know what? It happens. We know the first one was Joshua Wise, so
Hey, thanks for the kind words, Sully.
yeah, that might be I don't know.
Yeah, Jason Clark, thank you for the kind words as well. We saw that one happen. It was definitely an unfortunate end of the night for you, but pace car is going to be in, and we're going to be going green this time by, and this is going to be the command of Matthew Stambaugh.
Ready, green flag.
Green flag is out, and he's going to have the jump here.
13 to go. It's a shootout. Got 10 cars, or 11 cars actually still out there on that lead lap. Let's see what can happen, Luke. A good jump by Stambaugh. Coaster's hot on his tail with Brewer in pursuit of him, but they're single file right now. I assume going into the turn, the 97. Yep, he looks to the outside. And they're going to be side by side yet, as Stambaugh's using all of those new tires to hold on to that inside grip.
You know, it's crazy to see how different these cars, you know, drive, especially after these fresh tire sets come on. I mean, they're taking their lines a lot faster. They're really able to dig in a lot more, and it makes it a lot more competitive out here. But I think you know, one thing to keep in mind here, especially for some of these drivers, you got to wonder, are some of the drivers going to get a little bit overconfident here, especially as we, assuming we maybe stay green here. Approaching 12 laps later, these tires may not be as strong as they once were, and we might see a little more slippage. It's going to be an interesting back half of this race, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's a game of seeing how much you can use these tires up without, you know, screwing yourself in the last few laps of this race. They want to use them to their fullest ability, but they also want to make sure they last them last 12 laps or so. So, gonna be interesting to see how that goes. But as of right now, they're just holding the preferred lines of each of them. And how about Brewer making a move on the 97 of Tanner Coaster on the inside? Stambaugh holding off good. I know you like that scheme.
Yeah, I commented on it early. It's personally probably my favorite one running out here.
He comes all the way from the top down, and he's got a face full of Brewer and Coaster in his mirrors right now, so it's a game of defense for Stambaugh, a game of attack for Brewer and Coaster.
Yeah, they're not making it easy for him. They're definitely giving him a lot of. They're definitely giving him a lot to defend up here.
Yeah, and the 16-minute Sewer is also coming into the mix a little bit. You can see him lurking in the shadows, back behind the 40 of Tyler Brewer.
Yeah, he's going to catch on to that draft. What little draft there is. He's going to get pretty close to his bumper now.
Yeah, but we have 9 to go. Everyone on about the same strategy.
17 takes
And
the line just a
Coaster looks to the
little
inside.
higher. I
Gives up the inside a
believe-
little bit.
Yep. Nope, he's still going to have it. He's still going to have
Still
it.
gonna have it. It's tight though. And how about Brewer going up high by himself now?
And you know, it's the little adjustments here by Stambaugh. I believe that's going to give him that little. I mean, you know, the number 97 of Coster, he's taking the inside lines here. His tires are going to be burning up a lot faster than Matthew Stambaugh. So keep that in mind later on in this race. Yeah, he's really having to dig in for those inside lines. Stambaugh just staying just a little bit further outside than he is. That's going to definitely come into play here the last couple laps of this race. We are 7 to go out here. Matthew Stambaugh still leading us off here. He's got a decent size lead here, about a car's length.
Yeah, and you know, I think this might be best case scenario for him. 97 and the 40 running side by side with each other. I think now that they're single filed out, they're gonna make up some time on him. But yeah, he wants to see them fight with each other for second place.
Coaster hot on his bumper here.
Mansour faded, but how about Dennis? He's made up 0.3 of a second the past 2 laps. He's now only half a second back. Him and Mansour making it work together maybe a little bit right now.
And maybe let's go and hop on the onboard here for a little bit. Those are currently the leaders riding in front of him. He's sitting back in 4th place comfortably right now. 6 laps to go. He's not in an awful place. I mean, you know, I'm obviously
second now.
I'm obviously expecting the moves are going to be made. He's in a comfortable spot if something happens to be able to make a a last-minute opportunity pass. So definitely not a terrible spot to be riding just off the tail end of these leaders, giving him a little bit of space. But he's obviously going to be trying to close the distance. He's going to be doing just that. He's starting to close the gap on him here.
Yeah, 0.3 of a second now. He is on pace to catch, but it's not just about catching, Luke. It's about passing. But he's just about there on Tyler Brewer. He's 1/10 of a second behind him.
How about these leaders? They are.
We have 5 to go, and
Close to
Coaster's made it
each
around
other's
Stambaugh, but they're side-by-side racing right now.
And they are close on each other's door up here in front.
Tyler
Especially
Brewer
these
looking for
turns.
any opening. Ooh, and they're going to bump around a little bit, the leaders. Tanner Coaster and that nice Jeff Gordon scheme with the National Guard on the back. It seems like the straights are, obviously given to the outside of the turns to undo the inside, but it's just going to be a matter of how much coming out of 4. With 4 laps to go, I'd assume this is going to be a side-by-side finish. Ooh, but they're bumping a little bit. The 97 gets the inside again. They can't really clear each other, though, and that's going to be how this thing is going to be decided. Dennis has made it around Brewer now. They're side by side as well, though. It's 2x2 with 3 to go here, all the way through.
And we are going to be 2 laps to go this time by Tanner Coaster and Matthew Stambaugh. They're going to be your 2 leaders out here. It's going to be a close one, but that second line right behind him, don't count him out. Dakota Dennis, he's up into P3. It's going to be a close one.
Dennis lost a little bit of momentum trying to fight with Brewer there. He's made it past him. He's gotten around him completely, but 2 to go. Coming to the line this time, it's going to be the white flag. We're side-by-side racing between Coaster and Stambaugh.
White flag is out.
They bump around a little bit. They're side-by-side racing still. White flag in the air. Coaster in the lead on the inside. Stambaugh on the outside. Dennis lurking in the shadows. But we're side-by-side racing here at Las Vegas for the last lap of the night. The outside gets a little bit of momentum. That's the 17 car Stambaugh. The inside looks to take the lead back. That's going to be Coaster. And they're side-by-side. They're bumping a little bit.
Oh, it's going to be close.
At the line. They bump.
They're bumping.
Coaster down into the grass, and it's going to be a photo finish at the line. We're reading Stambaugh as of right now. We're going to have to take a look at
we're
that
going to have to
one.
go back at that one. That was a photo
At the
finish.
line. Unofficially Stambaugh. Yeah, we're going to have to... Do we have a finish line camera?
I believe this is going to probably be it. It's going to be literally like right here. Ugh.
Slow. Is there any?
Oh
Oh,
my god.
maybe take a look at the overhead of that one.
Yeah, we can.
Any way to slow it down even
Oh
more?
my god. I mean, it is a close one.
Can we watch like full slow mo of this one?
I mean, we're gonna have to do it into actual iRacing. I don't care. It's gonna be a close one. All right. So it's what is it?
It's the play button all the way on the left.
Oh,
I do
gotcha.
believe. Yeah. All right. Coaster goes down. He's forced into the grass a little bit. I think he's gonna come back up and get into standby at the line.
I believe the start finish is coming right here. Oh
Any
my
second now.
god, it is gonna be a. I mean, it is a photo finish for this for the end here. I might have it a little early.
Yeah, it's fine. We're seeing the we're getting the whole
Anticipation.
experience.
And they collide there.
Alright,
The
they
97
collide
starts to
there.
go sideways.
There's the line.
Oh my god. And I believe. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god!
Fuck.
I don't have a damn clue.
Holy fuck. I mean,
Obviously,
I'm gonna try to pause it as best I can.
obviously, iRacing gets us with the results, and it was red standby, so we're gonna say standby got the win, but we want to see how close this was. Luke's gonna try to pause it here. 0.004.
Okay, I need to switch to cost. Oh. Okay, so neither of them are on the line at this point. God. I mean, it is just so damn close. I mean, it's just so hard to time it.
It's just milliseconds.
They're really. That was easily the closest.
But your race winner is going to be
Oh
Matthew
my.
Stambaugh. Here. Got the pole, got the win. I mean, couldn't have asked for a crazier finish either.
No, I mean, absolutely ridiculous, but nonetheless, an absolute crazy race. And obviously, the official results show as of right here 0.004 of a second. What a finish for, as it stands, Matthew Stambaugh. Holy. Frame by frame. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We're going back.
He said button to the right of the play button. Okay, so just start jamming the button to the right of the pause play. Luke? You see the pause play, the middle button?
Yeah.
One to the right of it.
One to the right of it. Ah, there it is. Okay. So let's
Alright,
go
let's get
back.
the results off the screen and
Yep. Let's get the results off.
I would like to see the
What do we watch here?
overhead
The blimp
first.
overhead? Alright, we'll watch the blimp
Let's
overhead.
see that one first.
Oh man, so Matthew Coaster, we'll go ahead and go back to the checkered flag. Oh god. And we'll go ahead and pull it up here.
You can slow it down more as you get closer too.
We need the blimp. They collide. They collide again. Dear Lord. Oh my god.
The
I
button
mean, the frame, literally, the next frame. I mean, if we're talking by the frame, it's Matthew Stambaugh. That is ridiculous. I mean, that was a... Yeah, you can't draw that one up. I mean, an absolute photo finish there.
I'm gonna try to get him in the in for an interview. Gotta talk him through how that one went.
Yeah,
But
that
first,
was
let's get
absolutely insane.
Yeah, Luke's a little trigger happy with the cameras. Let's get our P3 finisher, Dakota Dennison, first. Hey, Dakota, guys in the booth, can you hear me?
Yes, I got a copy, guys.
Hey, how about that finish? You were right behind them. You were right in the front row seat, but you were gaining. You were about 6/10 of a second with about 10 to go, and it seemed like you had the speed to get up there. And then fighting with Tyler Brewer a little bit slowed you down, trying to get around him, and you got the podium finish. You got a great live action seat of that photo finish between Matthew and Tanner. You want to talk me through how that race went?
Yeah, I put this truck in the right place at the right time. I started P22. Well, every wreck that happened tonight, it happened in front of the bumper of my truck, and I had to use more brakes here at Las Vegas than I normally would ever use. But somehow I managed to get through it and come into that last restart. I knew I had fresher tires than the guys in front of me, and I was good on fuel, so I used some pit strategy there to get through that. And we came back green. I started P7th, and if I would have had one more lap, the story of our life, you'd have one more lap, I would have had them. But I mean, realistically, one more lap, I would have finished P1, P2. I had the truck. I was fast all night, and it was just a great race to be out here with all the boys. And put the truck in the right place, right time, and put the podium finish. I'm good with third.
Yeah, and it was definitely a good run there on the restart and the whole race altogether. You think it's a little bit of, right place, right time, or you think there's a little bit of strategy with avoiding all those cautions we saw there in the midsection of the race?
It takes strategy to get through them. You got to use your brakes and make sure you swerve and miss and bob and weave. But right place, right time, a little bit of strategy. I just got through it all. And, I don't want to toot my own horn and give myself credit. So, you guys saw it in the booth. If you think it's strategy, I'll take strategy. But I just wanted to say I put it right place, right time.
All right, I appreciate it, Dakota. Any shout outs you'd like to give before we get you out of here?
No, I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody. Race host, thanks for the host. Thanks for the broadcast and Ninth Gear for the broadcast. And everybody had a great time. And it was a blast. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, thanks, Dakota. That was your third place finisher, Dakota Dennis. And I am curious, Luke. I know we talked about this right before the race. I'm gonna take a look. We're going to Iowa next week, so
Ooh,
getting
that'll be
our
an
second
interesting
place
one.
finisher in here, Tanner Coaster. Hey, Tanner, guys in the booth, you got to read?
I sure do.
Hey, how about that finish, man? We had to take about 100 looks at that one. Four. What is it?
.004.
0.004 back, and it was
4,000.
4,000. There it is of second, right there at the line. You had it. It was undecided at the beginning. We didn't know. You want to talk us through how those last couple laps went to lead up to that?
Yeah, that was. Oh, that one had my heart pumping for sure. That was fun. It was just so even, and you could kind of pull the side draft and pull the other truck back, and I knew I was killing my tires on the bottom, and I was definitely getting tight the last couple of laps, and I wasn't gonna lift. I was trying to keep it clean. I didn't want to wreck him or anything, and we came out of 4. And I thought I had a nose out, and then he kind of just hooked just a slight little left and bumped me. And as much as I wanted to be frustrated with it, we were door banging the last 5 laps. So it was good, hard, clean racing. In all reality, I'm cool with
Yeah.
bumping as long as we don't wreck each other. So
Yeah, got you in the grass a little bit, maybe slowed you down just enough for that 4,000th of a second, but all in all, a good race, a silver finish, a second place finish. I asked Dakota the same thing. How can you, with only 10 cars being on the lead lap there at the end, how can you avoid these cautions and stay consistent and stay up there in the front?
yeah, it was tricky. I was doubting my strategy there because they're in the middle of the race. I know a good portion of the lead pack pit, and I decided I was going to stay out, stay ahead of everything, and I did that a few pit cycles, and then we ran green, and I thought maybe I should have pit, and I went too long, but then I stayed top 3, and we got another yellow, so I was able to put tires on. So for me, it was just staying at the front of the pack, not getting in the middle where you get jumbled up too much. I think that was key for me.
Yeah, it was a great race, and congratulations again on the second place finish. Thanks for the interview, and any shout outs you'd like to give before we get rid of you?
I don't think I got anybody. I guess Tyler and whoever else puts on the league and has anything to do with it.
All right, I appreciate it, Tanner. Thanks for the interview.
Thanks.
That was Tanner Coaster, your second place finisher. How about let's get in Matthew Stambaugh, the race winner. I want to say that Stamby is him. We got a Stamby dialed up. So I'm just gonna assume it is. I'll ask him when he gets in here though. Hey man, you guys in the booth, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello. Yeah,
Hey, is this Matthew?
it is.
Alright, just making sure before we start congratulating you and talking you through how that one went. I mean, what a photo finish between you and Tanner right there at the line. 4 thousandths of a second. We just were informed, and just you want to talk us through how not only that finish went, but those last couple laps where you and Tanner were fighting for the lead.
It was a good hard battle. What was it? Last 6, 7 laps side by side. Honestly, I was just waiting for whoever was in third place to take advantage. Felt like we were racing hard up front for too long, but I guess they ran out of time. But it was an awesome finish. I wasn't really sure who came across the line in first place when it first happened. To be honest, I was just waiting for the standings to update. But yeah, like I said, great race. It was respectful up front. Couldn't ask for better racing between drivers up there. I know there were quite a few wrecks, but there was a lot of great racing up front for sure.
Yeah, it was a great run. Tanner told us there's really nothing he can be upset with as far as the leaders go, how they ran, and you got the momentum now. You got the win. Are you racing in Iowa? And if so, how can you carry this momentum over?
Yeah, well, we'll just looking forward to that one. I guess just main thing is just keeping a clean truck. As long as you can be there at the end, you can kind of maintain and salvage a decent finish. That's all I'm looking forward to with Iowa, especially it being a short track. So I guess we'll try to log some laps and come out and try to stay off the wall.
All right, I appreciate it, Matthew, and congratulations on the race win here at Las Vegas. Anybody you'd like to shout out before we get ready?
Spare parts gaming community, that's the big one. I'm racing here with my buddy Kyle Schmitz. He's a part of the league as well. Didn't quite have a great finish tonight, but shout them out. Yeah, and you guys for putting it on. So, like I said, thanks for having me, and looking forward to Iowa.
All right, I appreciate it. Congratulations and thanks, Matthew.
Yes, sir. Take it easy.
You too. That was your race winner, Matthew Standby, and Luke. I know you got some words about that one. That was a crazy finish.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to have words about an exciting race like that one, Kevin. It was an absolute doozy. I mean, a photo finish there at the end of the race, that was an absolute exciting one to finish. I mean, it was ridiculous. Too much to put into words, honestly, Kevin.
Yeah, and we're probably going to be posting some clips about this one on our YouTube. I mean, we've been looking for crazy finishes like this one, and man, we got one tonight. Just super exciting as we take a look at our schedule. We got Iowa next week. Super excited about that as well. I mean, just great racing from a lot of these guys out here. I know we saw a lot of cautions. I know we saw a lot of guys go down a lap, but the guys that were running up front, there wasn't a second that there was. I don't think we saw a leader by more than a second under green once today, Luke.
No, I mean, it was hectic. It was chaotic. I mean, we saw lead changes all night. We saw crazy wrecks in the back. We saw crazy wrecks in the front. We got a photo finish. I mean, I did overhear we had a little bit of some banter going on between the drivers. I mean, every aspect of a good race you could possibly ask for. It was all around just a wonderful race out here, and it seems as though the drivers were satisfied with the track of Las Vegas. So hopefully we'll see some returning nights out here to Las Vegas.
Yeah, and it was a blast, but as we close things out, I'd like to point out a couple things that are happening in the Ninth Gear universe. First and foremost, we have a Discord now. We have race updates, we have broadcast updates, we have polls for the viewers, see what they like about the broadcast, what they don't. We have feedback channels, and we have giveaways, Luke. A couple giveaways coming up for our viewers. We'd love to give back to you guys. You guys have been great to us, so I'm going to put the link to that in the chat before we head out tonight. We also have a couple other things coming up. We have some graphics coming up. We have a logo, maybe a vehicle that's going to be ran in some of these races with some Ninth Gear branding on it. And we have races on Friday, Sunday, and Wednesday coming up. So that's going to be Super Speedway Kings tomorrow night at midnight Eastern. That's going to be CMS Champion Motorsports Sunday night around 10 p.m. Eastern, or actually I think that one's at 9 p.m. Eastern, and that's going to be it's going to be trucks at, shoot, let me take a look at the schedule here real quick. That's going to be trucks at, oh yeah, Pocono. We talked about that one a few days ago. That's going to be the Tricky Triangle Trucks race. That's going to be a fun one. And then Wednesday we have our R&R series that we just ran with them. Great group of guys, some four-wide racing at the high banks of Talladega. So super excited for those 3 races. There's just a lot happening around here, Luke, and I'm super excited.
I mean, overall, just an absolute doozy of a race. We got a lot of really exciting races coming up. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a fun weekend. We got a lot of different tracks and a lot of different racing environments out here. But another congratulations for Matthew Stambaugh. Just an absolute crazy photo finish there for him. It was an absolute doozy. And a big thanks to the Western Racing League and Nexus Designs for putting this thing on. And I believe that's going to about do it out here for Ninth Gear Broadcasting. A lot of exciting things to come for the channel in terms of content for you guys, and we're looking forward to bring all that stuff to you guys here shortly. We will see you guys in the next one. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Ninth Gear Broadcasting, guys in the booth, Luke and Kevin signing off tonight.